Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 102 for July 26, 2023. I am Nemesis, and then once again, I am joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
Not a whole lot of anime news that I saw. Basically, one thing that might interest me, because I've always been interested in watching it, but haven't actually sat down and done so. But the Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale is getting a second season. So apparently that's the good one. So
the good one. Gotta be careful with that term. Yeah. One of the good ones.
It's the good version of Sword Art Online, apparently. Apparently most of it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that'll make a lot of people quite angry, but that's fine. Good. That's fine.
Sword Art fan. Who cares about your opinions? They all belong in the trash anyway.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's the only real big news I can think of. San Diego Comic-Con is happening now and will be over by the time this comes out. But
so there's probably going to be some more news that pop up right after recording. But
I kind of vaguely remember something anime-esque, but now it's like there's so much crap that I'm mostly focusing on the Transformer stuff right now.
Of course you are.
Because they've been announcing a whole bunch of figures and putting them up for pre-orders. I'm trying to get them, and yeah. Yeah, so that's stuff there, I guess. But beyond that, I've just been keeping up with Genjutsu no Yohane, so I've been having a good time watching that.
Yohane.
And beyond that, not much else. We keep meaning to watch another anime series and just keep not doing it.
Yeah, I've got so much stuff going on outside of anime, though, that's been taking my attention.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here to talk about a different thing. We mentioned it last time, which is a Black Rock Shooter, not the Dawnfall thing that came out in Hulu last year, but the original, the OVA and the series.
Yep.
They came out back in 2010 and 2012. So, yep, Black Rock Shooter. It started off as a piece of artwork.
Yep, that's all it was.
And then someone, hey, that looks cool. Hey, I got an idea. And they made a Hatsune Miku song.
Yep.
And then someone decided, hey, you know what? It'd be a good idea. Let's go ahead and make a full-blown franchise out of this. And they did. And that's where we are. So you got an OVA. There's a manga. There's the OVA. There's the game. I think there's actually multiple games.
Yeah.
There's a new series.
Yeah, there's the picture. There was a music video for this with the song. Then there's the OVA. Then there was the series. I know there's the new series, there's the manga that you mentioned, and then I know there's at least one game. I don't know what the other games are, but I know Fragment's the newest.
Let's see, because we got,
game.
The OVA.
Right.
We got a game called Petite Rock Shooter, which is a browser game. There's a manga called Black Rock Chan. A manga called Black Rock Shooter Innocent Soul, and another one called Black Rock Shooter The Game. That's a manga.
That's a manga.
And then the TV series we watched as well. And then another game called Petite Rock Shooter Sexy Wakusei no Nazo no Oe.
Oh my.
It's a shoot 'em up for iOS.
So like little mobile games.
But then of course Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall is the new anime series, and now there's another game called Black Rock Shooter The Game.
Yo, there's Fragment, isn't it? Because I know that
says The Game.
Yeah, but I know
which is for the PSP.
PSP. So it's not gonna be Fragment. But yeah. There's a bunch of things around it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But anyway, we watched the OVA and the original anime series, and that's it. That's all we did.
We haven't touched the Hulu
we could have
sort of Netflix one.
We could have, but we
didn't.
But we did not.
Maybe later,
perhaps. So yeah, the OVA. In the OVA, you got this whole thing where basically, Black Rock Shooter is fighting another character, called Deadmaster.
Well, they don't name him just yet.
They don't name him, but that's what her name is.
They don't name either of them in the beginning.
They don't really name any of them, but yeah, Deadmaster's there and they're fighting, and that's the thing. But but in the real world, we have Mato Kuroi. She's just an ordinary schoolgirl, right? Right.
With that name, I wonder who she is.
And yeah, she befriends another girl who's named Yomi Takanashi, and they become good friends and everything. And then there's jealousy happens because Mato befriends a girl who's also on their basketball club, and then there's jealousy, and then apparently it has something to do with the fighting, but then they make up, and now the basketball girl's also jealous, and that's how it ends.
Yep.
It's
kind of a mess.
It's a weird one. And then the series pretty much expands on that with more characters and a little bit more convolution.
Yeah.
And it's basically the same inherent thing, which is jealousy and friendships and problems with schoolgirls and with just a little bit more. I guess attempting to actually have a plot this time.
Yeah.
Or more than just this plot that can be summed up in a couple sentences. Although I made it more complicated, but whatever.
Yeah.
I always do that.
Basically, yeah, like the series is the same story, same characters as the OVA,
Tweaked and adjusted.
but I guess fixed, adjusted, because it's the same story, but made in some ways.
Yep.
It takes what exists in the OVA and makes it less convoluted and fixes it, but then it adds more stuff that makes it convoluted in different ways.
So, as a whole, I would say it's just kind of an odd anime that's like, I can't really say it's good, but also can't really say it's bad either.
Yeah, it's a tough one to place.
It's very, very okay.
Yeah. It's enjoyable in the... I don't feel bad about watching it. It's...
Yeah.
I would
still call it aggressively okay.
Aggressively okay. Yeah, it's... I think one of its biggest drawbacks for me, I think, is that it does get a bit messy in the story, and it's a bit convoluted, especially near the end. It's like they almost feels like they were trying to force something to work.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah,
I'm not entirely certain about that one either. It's tough to describe.
Yeah, I would very much say this anime is very much heavily favors style over substance.
Yes.
And both the OVA and the anime series.
Yeah.
The series itself is only 8 episodes, so it's a short series. Weirdly short series. A weird number for an anime, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder what happened
8?
there.
Who knows?
Because it's timing. It's not like those 80s things where it's like, oh, we have 8 episodes that all come out individually on VHS or whatever, like they did in the 80s a lot.
No, this one came out in 2012.
That's the thing. It's very much heavily favors style over substance, so there's not a whole lot there. And when it attempts to be deep sometimes, it's one of those things that then also doesn't really do deep very well.
Yeah, it
tries to go deeper themes and it goes and it kind of
misses a bit.
It either misses or just kind of barely does anything with it.
Yeah,
like,
it
we're
starts
done with that
to
now.
and then doesn't get.
We're done
to
with
where
that
it
now.
needs
We're
to.
moving on. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the blonde girl. I don't remember her name now.
Yeah.
The one in the wheelchair. Or started off in a wheelchair.
That didn't actually need to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Kagari. Kagari.
Yeah. That was a
Zuria.
weird one. Okay, so that's one of the big things was in the series, because in OVA, Mato and Yomi become friends, and then I believe it was you in the OVA became jealous at the end. I believe that was the case. And then in the series, they made it so you and Mato are already friends, and then Mato befriends or tries to befriend Yomi, but Yomi's like, you can't, but she gives in, and then Kagari shows up and basically goes all yandere on all of that. With telling Mato to go away, and why is she here? She's a bother, nobody likes her, blah, blah, that sort of thing, because she wants Yomi to herself. And it turns out that, it's Kagari's in a wheelchair, and it turns out it's because she was in an accident, and Yomi blames herself, even though she did literally nothing wrong.
She left.
She did literally nothing
left.
wrong.
Yep.
She was a small child. She had no say in the matter. And what happened was Kagari went and chased after her on foot, even though they were in a car, and she got hit by another car because, I don't know.
You ran into the street.
And then she's in a wheelchair, and it turns out she probably actually doesn't need to be in a wheelchair. It's the whole thing there.
Yeah, it turns out she's milking her injury in the past to get them to focus on her.
Using Yomi's guilt.
Yeah.
Guilting Yomi into basically just spending all her time with her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because there's a part of me that's kind of immediately got because like this whole thing, like I know in the real world sometimes people do kind of blame disabled people for basically being a burden to them,
right?
And like I kind of worried about that in this regard because like she is being unnecessarily burdened because we see it's implied she's kind of doesn't need the wheelchair, she can walk just fine on her own.
Yeah, when they get to the hospital and the doctors have no idea why. It's because they're in this case there isn't actually anything physically wrong. At best it's psychosomatic, at worst it's outright just lying. Yeah. Or maybe a combination of both.
Yeah, because we also see her kind of make the crazy eyes and whatnot.
Yep. In
the hospital there.
Yep.
So that's a weird thing. And then everything's fine because of the Black Rock Shooter world. Because there's a whole alternate dimension thing. That's what they have. That's what's happening. We got the real world, and we got this world with the Black Rock Shooter and other. I don't know how to describe them. Fighting automatons, shall we say?
Yeah, they're like avatars. They fight, avatars of their emotions.
They just fight each other because when they have bad experiences and negative emotions, these things pop up when they fight each other. And then when they are defeated, they're like all the negativity goes away and they forget all about it.
Yep, it's a weird thing.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
It doesn't really totally make sense either.
No.
And it feels like this is all just an excuse to have cool anime battles.
Yes. And that's what I guess what I was trying to get at with when I said it felt like it was forcing something. It's like because they start off just with a picture of Black Rock Shooter and had to extrapolate from that. So, like, you have to have the character in the cool outfit with the big gun and the glowing eye.
I feel like there's one right ways they're going to handle it, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways, and they chose this way, and then it kind of...
literally just magical girl transformation thing. Done.
Or they could have had just Black Rock Shooter is just a character that fights.
Just, they could have all sorts of things there.
They wanted to do something different, and it's like, at first it felt like... When I was first watching this and seeing it switch, because they show just this sudden switch between the two worlds.
Right.
And it's pretty obvious which characters in which world represent each other, but they hadn't explained that they're, actual separate worlds. It felt a lot like it was supposed to be just symbolism.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so we got stuff going on, and then we're going to use the fighting Black Rock Shooter and whatnot as symbolism of their emotions fighting each other.
Yeah. That's what we see in the OVA specifically.
And it felt like, it's like, okay, we're going to do symbolism. It's about all of that.
Symbolic.
But then at the end, no, it's an actual thing.
It's an actual thing.
An actual dimension or something.
Yeah, and these, I guess, their avatars there are come into existence when the negative emotions hit, and then when they're defeated, they die, but then they can come back. It's like a whole thing there.
Yeah. So the idea is that these characters are created to take on your pain and protect you.
Yeah,
so that you don't have to suffer as hard. They take the pain.
Again, it's like, what?
They don't explain how that's supposed to work, but it is. So yeah, with Kaguri's pain in, I guess just can't lose Yomi when Kaguri's avatar is defeated, which was Chariot.
Yeah.
Apparently is the name. They have names and sometimes they're weird.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Kaguri is better.
Kind of. Still kind of a rude jerk, but she's not, trying to guilt trip Yomi anymore.
And she can walk and move around and things like that now too.
Right.
But then it starts going into the, who's causing who pain, and it's in the series it starts going really trying to dig into the depth. But then it also introduced some of the other characters.
We got you there is
you is an interesting one.
Yeah, because what happens there
depth a little bit later, because there's another character.
A big reveal there, and then there's the counselor Saya Arino, who seems like a horrible person. Like first she seems fine, and then she's like, wait, no, she's a bad person. And wait, no, actually, no, she's not. ?
Yep.
And then there's like, so then like, why did she do what she did? Because
and that one is, like I said, this is where things get weird. Like I warned you going into this, the story's kind of a mess.
It
is a bit of a mess. There's a lot of threads going that get bound up and don't seem to resolve as well as cleanly as I think they could have. So it's something about trying to save their counterparts.
Yeah.
Because they also when their counterparts die, they lose their pain, but they also tend to lose the memories of it as well. Like, for example, one of the other characters that's on the basketball team with Mato, Arata Kohata. She has a crush on a boy.
Yep.
And confesses and gives him a love letter, and then his friends, bully him and end up having him post the thing for everyone to see to embarrass her.
Yep.
That's her pain it's a light pain, but she ends up getting killed by her counterpart gets killed by Black Rock Shooter, and she completely forgets about the boy entirely. She loses the pain, but she completely forgets that he was a thing ever. So I think Saya and you, especially you, in this case, are doing what they're doing to stop Black Rock Shooter. Because she's so powerful, she's destroying everything, and they don't want their counterparts to die as well.
Yeah, and also, Mato's counterpart is Black Rock Shooter, and it's like, why that's a thing? Why is she so powerful?
Why is she so powerful?
We're not going to get into that.
Yeah, they start to get into it. I know what they're implying there. They are implying that Mato, although she's always cheerful and always happy, it's actually she actually has a crap load of pain that's being buried and taken by Black Rock Shooter.
Yeah.
And that's why she's happy as she is, because Black Rock Shooter's taking it all, and she's just burying it, and it's causing other issues. And that's why Black Rock Shooter's so powerful, because Mato's actually the most in pain of all of them.
Yeah,
but
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, except for one person. One person has more pain.
Yeah, because it turns out we've not actually not from that world. Turns out you and her avatar strength swapped places.
Yep.
So it's a weird thing too, because they kind of contradict themselves, because they have the whole thing that the avatars don't really feel emotions like we do, and then we have you acting like a normal person, and
it's like you act like, except she didn't at first, and they again messy. They tried to explain it in the end. That's how they tried. A lot of it is tried, and I can see what they were going for. So strength found her emotion through you, and after that swap places. That's why she got scared from I think it was Black Rock. Was it? I don't remember if it was Black Rock Shooter that originally scared her, or if it was something else. The original strength.
Yeah.
Because she came to be, and she got almost killed, but I don't think she fully died. But then she found her emotion. That was the thing. She found emotion and ran and hide and communicated with you, and then swapped places. Because you's pain from the real world was so bad.
Yeah, because of
it brought strength into life. And it was like, strength can deal with the real world better than you can, because you's just like, no, get me out of here.
Crap home life, crap life at school.
House freaking burnt down.
Yeah.
Parents are horrible. I think one of her parents was dead. I want to say like dad died and mom was seeing someone else, and they just did not care about it. It was bad.
Saya, the counselor, is also her. She has a counterpart called Black Gold Saw.
Yep. And they all have colors.
Yeah. The thing is, one of the big disconnects is in the OVA, there's a whole thing there where it's just like, it's implied that Yomi isn't like possessed by Deadmaster or something, because it ends with Black Rock Shooter and Deadmaster hugging.
Mm-hmm.
And then that fixes everything. Because, well, again, real world Mato and Yomi kind of make up after the whole thing going on, but like, then in the OVA, it's like, no, that's not quite how it works, and they have to forget, but now they're remembering again, because then they have to come back together, because more or less Mato, because of you, was thrown into the other world, and when
you tried to fix things by taking Mato and bringing her into the other world and combining her with Black Rock Shooter, but that didn't work and actually made it worse.
Yeah, now Black Rock Shooter is now insane Black Rock Shooter, and she's just won't stop.
Yep.
So you tore off my arm. Whatever. I'll just keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Mato has to fight Black Rock Shooter, and then has to use literally the power of friendship, essentially, to defeat her.
Yep.
And then everything's
this big
fine.
Gun.
And then Black Rock Shooter is fine again.
Because again, it's
like,
yep.
If she's born of pain, that means Mato had just more pain just recently, or
well, that's life. Life is not without pain. It's always gonna come back.
Sure. I mean, immediately though.
Yeah.
Because they literally saw her again up on the cliff. Like, what? I thought, but shouldn't she like be gone for a while until she experiences pain again?
Maybe. Maybe.
Again, the messiness of this whole is like, again, it feels like they wanted to be unique, and in the attempt to do so, just made something really convoluted, messy, and nonsensical.
Yeah, they had to keep the characters, but they wanted to do something deep with it, so they had to do this other thing, and it feels a little bit Feels forced. That's why I said forced. It feels like, okay, we have this and we want to do this. How do we shove them together?
Yeah.
How do we make them work together? And I don't think it was bad. I mostly enjoyed watching it, but it's definitely not in my top shows. I can see why so many people do like it, but
again,
I'm not like...
that's why I filed it under aggressively okay.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fine, I guess, but like, boy, there's a cool moments. It does feel like they try to take two different anime and jam them together.
Mm-hmm.
Try to take a slice of kind of Yuri subtext slice of life and combine it with an action battle anime. And
Yuri subtext.
Yeah. Because there's definitely subtext between Mato and Yomi for sure.
Mato and Yomi is definitely
I would say it's more intense in the OVA than the anime.
It is.
There's that.
It's a little bit more overt in the OVA.
Props. A lot of the battle scenes are pretty cool.
The battle scenes are really
particularly
cool.
The last one with basically the Rubik's Cube. The giant Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, that one was so cool.
What they
with
did there.
Strength.
Yeah. Strength who then died.
Actually, that wasn't Strength. That was you. That was actually you fighting.
Yeah, Strength. Strength who then died.
Well, because the original battle on them was
yeah,
you.
But I'm just saying Strength died.
Yeah, because Strength died.
And then she came back anyway.
Because she jumped down the pit.
Yep. But then she came back, so it's
try
fine.
And
because
fix
that's how it
things.
works.
Yeah. Because Strength will come back eventually as you gets more pain.
Yeah.
But there was like, there's snapshots of really cool moments that I wish were strung together better. That's what it is, I think.
Yeah.
Like, there's this cool scenes that I wish it was better to explain them, to explain their existence.
This is what bothers me. It's like the other thing, which is they do partial explanations, and on top of that, they keep contradicting themselves, which is far worse than just not explaining anything.
Can be, yeah.
Because again, we're talking about Review Starlight. Didn't really bother explaining much. Gave us just enough. We're fine.
Yeah.
Other stuff. That was what was the other thing we talked about was like gave partial explanations, and it's irritating because like it's partial, and I'm left hanging here.
Yeah.
And this is the same sort of thing. This is a partial explanation, and on top of that, you then contradicted it like an episode later.
And the interesting thing with contradictions is sometimes they're on purpose, but I don't think in this case it was. Yeah. Just in general, sometimes you can use a contradiction, like especially if you're telling the story from the perspective of one of the characters, where you put the audience, like when you put the audience in the seat of the main character.
Yeah, unreliable narrator. Could be a thing.
So the contradiction is there because the main character thinks the truth, and then they have to realize the actual truth. But this is not one of those cases. Yeah. I think there are some points where it might, again, I think this might be another one they may have tried and failed in that case. It wasn't a strong enough narrative to push it that direction. Because there are some things like attempted misdirections. Yeah. Like, especially with Saya. There's some like attempted misdirection. Didn't really last long. It's pretty obvious. Pretty quickly, she was not a great character. Yeah, it is. But
it's weird.
But then it was like a misdirection to a misdirection. Because like, oh, she's a nice counselor. Oh, she has ulterior negative emotions. Oh, but she actually isn't.
Because they made her seem outright actually evil. It's like, oh wait, no, she actually has good. There's a reason for this, and so it's weird.
Not good reasons. Yes, basically she's trying to stew the pot, basically, of negative emotions within the school to try and build stronger counterparts in the other world to fight Black Rock Shooter, to stop Black Rock Shooter from destroying the other world. Not a great plan, but that was her plan.
It was an utterly bizarre thing. It's like, so I'm just I don't know. It's utterly
It's bizarre. A mess. There's parts of it that I really like, but it definitely... It probably should have stayed in the oven for another half an hour.
Yeah. Honestly, I also feel like there's so much stuff is like it just feels like a lot of it is convoluted because they're attempts to be unique.
Mm-hmm. And they could have made it. I think there's a lot of things they could have made it work if they had done it differently in a few ways. Like you could have had an alternate, the two alternate worlds connected, but it needed to be done better.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it needed to stay in the oven for a little longer.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean just it needed more episodes. It needed more planning and such like that.
Let's see.
But I still don't regret watching it. It was still decently fun.
Yeah, but so the OVA was done by Ordet Studio.
Ordet. Yep.
Let's see, is there anything? Wake Up Girls.
What do they do?
Senyu.
Wake Up Girls. A lot of Wake Up Girls.
Yeah. They also, I think they came back. Yeah, they came back for the TV series, but also Sounds Again, which they've done a couple of. Let's see, Bang Dream. DJ. They probably did the 3D stuff.
Oh.
Yep, they did the 3D stuff.
Sounds Again.
Yeah. Yeah, Ordet did the 2D and it looks like Sounds Again because I know D4DJ's on here and they did. That's 3D. Bang Dream. Everything other than the first season is 3D.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, geez, they did some initial D work too.
Yeah.
There's one we're going to have to touch eventually.
Yeah, well, the problem is that one I've looked and there's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the other weird thing, which is like, when they're in the 3D world,
Index.
like their mouths don't move, even when they're talking.
Oh, yeah. In the other world?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That feels like that was a cost decision that was then retroactively justified in the fiction.
They're thinking in the other world. They just think their words.
Let's see, the Black Rock.
Who knows? It might be because Black Rock Shooter. It's not like it wasn't, especially not at the time. It wasn't like a super well-known thing. This is what kind of made it the big thing. So it may have been a low budget. Kind of just put it out there, see what's going on, see if it picks up.
Yeah, a couple of the main characters. Kana Hanazawa voiced Black Rock Shooter.
That name sounds familiar.
Railgun as a side character. Angel Beats, I know that one. Durarara. God Only Knows. Oremo. Oh God, Oremo.
Oh God. Which one?
Oremo. I don't know Ruri Goko, whoever that is. Steins Gate. Blue Exorcist, The Idolmaster.
Oh, hey.
Bodacious Space Pirates. She was Chiaki.
In Space Pirates?
Yep. Oh, she's in Saki. That's a weird one. My Little Monster, Psychopass, Watamote, Date Alive, or Date Alive. I don't know which one. I've never actually heard it. Space Dandy, Pokemon, Tokyo Ghoul. Oh, hey, Parasite. Wow, yeah, there's a lot here. She's done a lot. Danganronpa. Is that The Last Witch? Elvira. I don't remember who that is now. Food Wars. Gabriel Dropout. Oh, Raphael. Okay, I know who that is. Oh, Anime Gatari. Right, her, I remember. I don't know if you remember that, but they met the Chinese girl at the convention.
Vaguely.
She voiced her. Place Further in the Universe, Shirase.
Oh.
Cells at Work. Happy Sugar Life. Oh. Quintessential Quintuplets, Senryu Girl, Demon Slayer, Magia Record.
Yep, Kuroe from Magia Record.
Man.
I'm seeing that one.
Princess Connect, Lapis Relights. Wow, it just keeps going. Zombieland Saga. Oh, Mai. Zombieland Saga. Revenge.
I knew this name sounded familiar.
Mai.
I'm looking at two other ones that you haven't mentioned yet that I know you should. But yeah.
Boruto. Demon Slayer again. Wow.
Sonoko Nogi from Yuki Yuna.
Yeah.
Saya from Love Live Superstar.
All right. Yeah, and then Deadmaster / Yomi was Miyuki Sawashiro. Wow. That's a lot of the same stuff. That's Galaxy Angel. Well, lots of Galaxy. Oh, Beautiful Joe. I've heard that anime is pretty terrible, actually. Gunbuster.
Oh, Gunbuster.
Just looking for... Welcome to the NHK.
Oh, hey.
As you. Kasano. Strike Witches. Naruto. Oh, Blue Drop.
Oh. Got one from Boruto.
Appleseed Ex Machina.
Appleseed. There's a name. Haven't watched it, but I know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Gamamon.
Also in there are High School of the Dead.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Lupin the Third.
Hunter x Hunter.
Psychopass. Oh, Senki Zensho Zenfo. Wow. Stellar Women's Academy. The Airsoft. Sonora.
I remember that one.
Rosen Maiden. No Game, No Life. Space Dandy. They're a Parasite again. Yeah.
There's a lot of big names.
Yeah. Wow, it just keeps going.
It
One Punch
just
Man.
keeps going.
Oh, Mosquito Girl, I remember her now. One Punch Man, got splattered. Because she's Mosquito. Occultic 9. Oh, God, Occultic 9. I know which one that one is. Oh, Kakaguri. Oh, hey, look, Sword Art Online. Alicization.
Oh, hey.
Sakura Wars. Detective Conan.
Oh, it's Durara.
Yeah.
The Black Rider. She voiced the Black Rider, the yellow motorcycle cat ear helmet.
Oh, Fruits Basket, the remake.
Yep.
Okay.
The final.
So, yeah, those two did a lot.
Did a lot.
They've done a lot.
They're quite prolific.
Yep. I'm not going to go beyond that because that's just, that took a lot. But yeah, there's a lot. The two main characters did a lot of voice work and a lot of things. Very prolific careers there. Yeah, so to be honest, as a whole, anime, it's not really worth going out of your way to watch it. It's not really worth going out of your way to watch it, but like, if you do happen upon it, whatever.
I don't find that it was a waste of my time, but I wouldn't, I'm not standing on the hilltops going, everyone needs to watch this. I know some people really, really do like it. It does make me curious.
On a streaming service right now.
No,
at least not the original.
The original
remake
ones aren't.
But
I am. It does make me a bit curious if Dawnfall's better.
Yeah.
So I think that one's full length.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind. Let's say Crunchyroll's good. It's on Crunchyroll, but nope.
Videos are not available. It's harder to find.
So videos are not available.
Oh, I think Crunchyroll does have it available in a different language.
No,
Portuguese.
it's not there. It says no videos available.
No, I think like the Portuguese one has it, but
it's not available in the U.S.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Yeah, it looks like it's just not available for streaming. Period. So good luck finding it.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to kind of hunt it down, through DVDs or other methods. Just saying. So good luck.
One of the things about this that I do find really hilarious is how much association that Black Rock Shooter has with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, because of the song.
And that's it. That's literally the only connection is the song that made it popular was sung by Hatsune Miku and was written by Ryo.
Yeah.
But the connection with Miku is so strong, Paya Pro just gave up stopping people from posting Black Rock Shooter on their site. Yeah. Even though it has nothing to do with it. They just gave up because people just kept doing it.
They did the OP is the Miku song, although it's a new version.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's made sure that everybody remember it's it's that thing you guys like.
Yep.
So
yep. They in the OVA it pops up as like in the background you can hear it every now and then too. The song.
Yeah. The song called Black Rock Shooter.
Yep.
Sung by Hatsune Miku. The ending theme is Our Footsteps, also Supercell, sung by Koeda. So there you go.
Yep.
If you ever see just stumble across it, sure, watch it, but don't go out of your way for it. That's my thing.
Yeah. Some people really, really do like it, though, so more power to them.
I guess.
Hey, now.
So I guess that brings us to the end of this kind of shortish episode.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't going to be too long.
There's not really a lot there. Once you kind of get...
I wish there was more. There could have been.
Maybe
That's my biggest frustration.
Maybe we'll talk about Dawnfall in the future.
Yeah, I might. I would have to sign up for Hulu again.
I mean, I have Hulu, so...
Yeah, but then you'd have to be willing to.
Man, we'll have to
find the time. That's the biggest one is time.
You'll have to see down the line. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you can find past future episodes on newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com. It's spelled Libsyn. Check out the RSS feed there and subscribe to us via Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or Amazon Podcasts. Search for New to Weeaboo on any of those and subscribe if you want, and there you go. Real easy. So if you want to contact us, though, you could do so via email, newtoweeaboo@gmail.com. If you have questions or comments or anime recommendations, what have you, we'll accept that. And of course, if you want to follow any of our social media, go to newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com/contact. That has all the stuff in there that, including a form if you want to fill that out instead. So you can contact us or follow us or whatever, because I'm not going to run through the whole thing anymore because it's too much now.
Yeah, it's getting the list is getting long.
It's going to get longer because, and hopefully pretty soon we'll have a Blue Sky, and yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to the contact page. You'll see all our social media. So that's it for this one. Tune in next time in August. We will be talking about the summer anime sampler. Woo!
Yay!
We're doing
Sampler
that.
platter. We'll see what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, we shall see. So, because I'm not hearing great things about this season.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of a
It's a bland season. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll find something. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves. Stay cool, or stay warm if you're in the southern hemisphere. So, bye.
See ya.